Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, everybody? We here. We live. Lancastar.
Yo, let's get it.
EZV, what up?
What's up, bro? Yo, we back. Sheesh.
StrikeOut, what up?
StrikeOut.
Dímelo, papi. Un placer estar aquí.
You already know DJ Live in the building. We here. We are here.
Yo, damn.
Been a couple.
Been a couple days, bro.
Couple months.
We've been working.
Fucking years.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What we doing? It's Saturday.
July 4th, EZV.
It was cool. I was with my son. We was watching fireworks go up in the fireworks.
Well, all right.
Shout out to you if you have fireworks.
Absolutely not. No fireworks for me.
What's up? What you did?
I slept the whole shit off.
Oh, bro.
Facts.
This guy
StrikeOut, what you did? I was good July 4th.
We got StrikeOut in the building.
Yo,
Talk to him, StrikeOut. What's your name? Where you from?
my name is Christian Pacheco Rodriguez, and I'm from Puerto Rico, Ponce.
Ponce la casa.
Ponce.
We got Ponce in the building
How about you, EZV? Where you from?
from Dominican Republic. You already know where I'm from the 809. De lo mío, que lo que.
Okay. I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Shout out to Bridgeport.
United States of America. Like, Puerto
I'm
Rico.
trying to tap
Puerto
in.
Rico.
I'm trying to tap into the social media, but
Yeah,
Too
I'm
busy.
doing that part right now.
what's up?
Doing that
Social
part
media,
right
what's
now.
going on? How y'all
That
been?
part right
Let us
now.
know.
Talk to him while I
Give
do
us
that part.
a couple minutes. I got new effects, Logic.
Yeah.
I got 3 new effects. We're about to have them going crazy. Let's give people a minute to tap in. Welcome. Everybody tap in. From all social media platforms. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you follow me on social media at It's ITS.
Absolutely
EZV.
not.
It's EZV.
Don't follow him yet because you're
Don't
gonna listen
listen
the
to
screen
him.
and then we're not gonna have you here on the live.
Nah,
He's still
just
learning.
said-
Don't listen to him.
I just said all social media platforms. bro.
Afterwards, you don't want to send them there now. You're gonna lose. Them.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? You gotta be strategic, Papa.
Bro.
You already know we here. We here live.
Did you
up
get-
here.
Did
StrikeOut.
you get it?
Absolutely not. But I'm getting it right now.
Yo,
Once again, EZV, make sure we're not saying no names to no platforms. We're not gonna say no names to no platforms. We're just gonna say we live, we here, you know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna say no platforms because we streaming on multiple platforms. So lo que pasa es que tú dices el nombre de esta plataforma a la misma vez que tú estás live en esta plataforma y lo baja.
I got you.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like they definitely be hating on.
We
You know what I'm
live.
saying? They be hating on the come up. But
hey,
yeah,
the come up is real.
you already know we live. We here, July 5th, 2025.
Oh yeah?
And like we've been, hyping up all week, we got a little something different. And what we're gonna be doing is, we want to take an artist from scratch, somebody that is still in the game, you know what I'm saying, coming up, but not 100% established because we want to be able to use that opportunity to teach everybody else that's trying to do everything that he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So not too long ago, StrikeOut hit me up and, you know what I'm saying, sent me some of his music and all that, and the shit was dope. And I was like, yeah, he got potential, definitely got potential. You know what I'm saying? He's on his Spanish shit. Shout out to the Boricuas. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Ponce la
Estamos
casa. So
Activo.
what I wanted to do was a project where we help develop an artist because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what we do. Shout out to G-Star Entertainment.
That was D-Side.
And, you know what I'm saying, given where he's at already as far as with his you know what I'm saying, making music and all that shit, I was like, yeah, he's already ready to be able to, you know what I'm saying, start adding more components to his, you know, his whole production. And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, giving it a proper exposure. So we here, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna start it from scratch. But before we do that, let's tell them a little bit about you. You know what I'm saying? As far as where you from and how long ago did you come out here to the city of Lancaster?
Why Lancaster, too?
I've been down here since 2012. I remember it's been like 15 years since I haven't been in Puerto Rico. And I went down there, I ain't gonna lie, for a little vacay. I've had a little good time over there with a whole bunch of family that I haven't met. And I meet them over there.
All right. Okay.
And wait, so you was born in Ponce, right? But you been out there most of your life?
Yeah, whenever I was like 10, that's whenever I came down here. So I lived basically all my youth life down here.
Word. And Lancaster was the first city in Pennsylvania that you came to?
Yeah.
So you've been out here. So it
I've
was
been
Puerto
out
Rico
here.
straight to Lancaster.
Uh-huh.
Word, got you. And how did you start to get into the music?
Since I was young, like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been writing a lot. I've been practicing, trying to freestyle, trying to better myself. And it's been a long way. It's been a long way trying to improve myself, you know. And I was just waiting for the right moment.
What were your biggest influences? You know what I'm saying? What got you into the music? What's that? Yo le quiero meter a la música. You know what I'm saying? That first time you put that pen to the paper and you wrote your first rap.
Yo te voy a dar claro, mi influencia en verdad, like, to be honest, is Anuel AA. Anuel AA.
Shout out to Anuel.
Shout out to Anuel.
Ese es el que, verdad, me hace cantar desde que yo lo escucho en el 2016.
What was your first favorite song from Anuel?
La mejor canción ha hecho Nunca Sapo.
Casabo.
Siempre crear Nunca Sapo.
Word. You still, till this moment, this is like he's the one that you idolize the most out of a lot of other artists?
Ahora mismo,
Porque yo sé que él estaba pegado ya en ese tiempo.
sí.
So, ahora, teniendo tanta diferente talento, you know what I'm saying? People coming up left and right. It's harder to have one artist, you know what I'm saying? One favorite artist. So there's a lot of them now. What other
Demasiado.
artists would you say? También.
También, te voy a hablar claro, Mike Tower, él es uno también que yo me recuerdo cuando yo era un chamaquito que yo estaba preso en un placement y yo lo estaba escuchando allá, en de preso. Yo caí preso un año y me recuerdo en su comienzo y yo lo estaba escuchando en el SoundCloud de él.
Shout out to my man
Yo,
Mike.
me too, yo, for real.
Mike Towers.
¿Te recuerdas?
Yeah, shout out to Mike Towers.
Yep.
I used to listen to his music in my SoundCloud too.
Eladio
For Apple
también.
Music. For
SoundCloud.
Apple
he
Music
was
was
pushing
popping.
SoundCloud.
Sí.
He was pushing SoundCloud a lot.
Yeah.
Back when, you know what I'm saying, SoundCloud was a wave,
Was a
especially
wave.
before, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
before he really took off.
Pero de la nueva ahora mismo, como para las baby y eso, en verdad, Roa.
Okay.
El lobo, Roa.
Yeah, shout out to Bro.
Shout out to bro.
Ese yo.
Shout out
Esas
to him.
canciones así como ha hecho, eso es fuego.
And as far as any of these artists, that you listen to, has there been any time that you went and watched them perform, you know what I'm saying, live and all that shit? What do you idolize from the artist? What makes an artist one of your top artists? ¿Cómo es que tú lo criticas? You know what I'm saying? As far as like dissecting them and finding all the best parts about that person to make them the best artist.
En verdad, el talento, como cuando uno canta, uno en verdad uno tiene que sacar eso de adentro, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
Es más allá, uno no puede tirar algo al garete, ¿me entiendes?
Facts. And then, do you use like their way of performing and all that shit and put that into the way you started to build your career?
Sí,
You take all that shit into consideration.
Sí,
and say,
tiene
"Ya,
mucha
voy a cobrar
influencia."
esto y todo esto y lo otro." You know what I mean? That's definitely something that's gonna help you out. Analyzing and being able to pay attention to that, and also realizing that everything the artist does is gonna somehow reflect and also help that person grow and work. You know what I'm saying? With their presentation and all that shit.
no, así mismo es.
Now, as far as your first rap, what was the first rap you wrote?
La primera canción mía, yo me recuerdo que fue un freestyle que yo zumbé en el 2022 en Facebook. Fue un freestyle que yo zumbé que yo me recuerdo que yo lo posteé en el primer día y ya tenía como 2,000 views. El segundo día cogió como 3,000. Pero que después de ahí, de esa página se bojó y todo.
What was it? Was it the page where a lot of people used to put freestyle? It's like what, Freestyle Mania?
Yo lo posteé en mi Facebook. En mi propio Facebook ahí a fuego.
That's how you gotta do it. Shout out.
You gotta repost that shit. Then.
No, por eso es que yo ahora está bien que yo estoy posteando videos que no son freestyle, pero yo estoy practicando, ¿me entiendes? Y a mí me gusta enseñar eso para ver lo que la gente opina.
Yeah. That's definitely something that's gonna help you find what song you're gonna put out.
Exacto.
You know what I'm saying? When you're doing music, before you release a single, one of the main things that you're gonna want to do is put teasers out. You know what I'm saying? Go to the studio, make a whole bunch of music, but don't, how you say, throw them all out
Así
in a
mismo
rush.
es.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists, they rush because they feel like, yo, I gotta hurry up and put music out. Hurry up and put music out. That's cool when you're doing music for fun.
Sí.
But if you're doing music to, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, get somewhere with it, be successful at this shit and make money from this shit. You know, like I was telling you before, you gotta like put the business aspect into this shit. And you gotta start to be real coordinate with all your drops. And you know what I'm saying? Really strategize everything, because when you do put out a song and that shit takes off, you're gonna have to get into the business aspect. Porque ¿qué pasa? Después tú tienes que hacer shows, you know what I'm saying? Porque ya tú estás pegado. So ahora te van a estar contratando para shows. People gonna be hitting you up for features and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the business aspect is gonna start moving once you go viral. A lot of people got the plan to go viral, but they don't got the plan to keep going after that.
Así mismo es.
And that's why a lot of people se pegan de momento y después de momento se desaparecen. You know what I mean? So it's like you really want to like have a plan and study how this shit goes. That way, if you throw a song out there unexpectedly, the shit takes off. And you ready for that shit. Because right then and there is the momentum where you're gonna have to pick it up and keep going. Because the shit don't last forever. There's a lot of people out there putting music.
Millones de gente.
You know what I'm saying? So
Millones.
imagínate, si tú seguías con ese freestyle y era algo que, you know what I'm saying, it was popular, that was something off the rip you should have been able to follow up with more shit.
¿Verdad?
Hit it, you know what I'm saying? Pero you live and you learn it. That's what it's all about.
Y en vez de tratar de hacerlo freestyle y llevarlo a un estudio y grabarlo.
Yeah. A lot of people do that. A lot of people test themselves, put little clips out and all that shit. And when, you know what I'm saying, when it's something that it start to get, you know what I'm saying, little
Motion,
push,
little bit of motion, yeah.
Sí.
then it's time to go 100%. We going to the studio, we shooting the video to this shit, we doing the covers, you know what I'm saying, hitting everybody up, making sure this whole project come folded in a box, and we're gonna put the shit out the right way. We're gonna put it out ASAP.
Vamos pa' encima.
See, you can relate, Logic, because you've been in the industry for so long, bro. I'm just here learning. I'm soaking it in. Soaking
Big
it all
ass
in.
do-rag,
Hey,
soaking
chill out.
a lot of it.
Chill out, bro. Don't start. I'm back in character.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's tuned in.
Shout out to my man DJ EZV. He got
Yo.
his own TV over there now. Now he looking sharp. Look at him.
It looks nice. Here, I'm about to take a picture. I can't even show
nice.
anybody.
You
I'm
can
about to take a
picture.
picture. Yeah, I'm about to take a picture
Take
of
a
that.
picture if you want
Take
to.
a picture of a picture. Wow.
Yeah, everybody gonna smile.
Hey, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you call it? So you already know.
What?
Like I said, you know what I'm saying, with this whole interview, my purpose is to, you know, teach a lot of people. Teach as many people as I can how this whole thing works. But at the same time, I want to show y'all how it works. So what I got planned with you is I want to be able to take you step by step in person. You know what I'm saying? Creating a song, establishing yourself, social medias and all that shit. How to post on social media, how to go about, you know, recording a song, doing everything you gotta do to prep that song, to put it out, put the song out, and then follow up after that. And that's something that, you know what I'm saying, I say we could do, no lie, si tú estás puesto pa esto, you know what I'm saying? Entre 2-3 semanas, we could do that shit.
Vamos pa' encima.
And we could put out a single and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And show people how to do this shit. We're gonna vlog the whole shit. You know, give pointers out in between, so it's something that everybody back home is gonna be able to follow on a daily or every other day basis, all the way to the point that we drop. You know what I'm saying? We drop the record. Easy V.
Yo, go ahead. Now, don't mind me, bro. Go ahead. I'm
whole
listening, bro.
situation, too.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm
Yeah.
chilling. I am listening, soaking in the information. You said take pictures. Yo, I'm taking pictures, bro.
Oh, all right.
Let's get it.
Jeez. You supposed
No,
to
but
have
I was listening,
you
bro.
supposed to have the picture sound effect on that shit.
I was. No.
Yeah.
Yo.
Picture sound effect. But yeah. So what advice do you have, EZV, as far as like what you analyzed with artists putting music out and all that shit? What would be something that you could tell somebody that's gonna come up?
There's ups and downs, bro.
Oh,
There's
bro.
it's a pyramid. I'm a DJ, so I can't put myself in an artist's, you know, foot, you know, like in the shoes. But from what I have learned is that me just viewing, there's artists that have ups and downs, and on your downs you gotta remain how you felt when you was up. You know what I'm saying? Like the same energy that the same energy that you had when you was up, when you're feeling down, you gotta remember that energy so you can keep coming up again. Because one thing I did learn is that if you fall off, it's hard to come back up. Even me as a DJ, I'll tell you that. If you stop or if anyone stops and you take a pause at anything, there's already a whole algorithm switching day by day.
Consistency is key. Consistency is everything. Consistencia, you know what I'm saying? Like, eso es algo que al momento que uno está corriendo, you can't stop. You can't slow down, you know what I mean?
I think motivation plays a good part in that too, because if you get a little, it's almost like sugar. Like you get a little bit of taste of that success, that's like sugar. If you get a little bit of taste of that motivation, it's like sugar. So it makes you want to keep going. So you know, search for that motivation, and then once you find it and you keep it, bro, keep going. No matter what, no matter what anybody tells you. Nowadays, anybody can get viral like that. Anything, bro.
Vamos pa' encima.
¿Qué es lo que te motiva a ti a hacer música ahora? ¿A qué momento tú llegas al punto que tú tienes que sacar el teléfono y escribir algo? Like at what point do you say, let me put my phone out and start working on music?
Yo te voy a hablar claro, hacho. Desde que tú me tiraste a mí, tú me mozaste completamente. You got me like getting into this shit more like than ever. I did 3 new songs on the weekend when you hit me up. They all fresh.
And he was sending them to me too.
Yeah.
All times of the day. We 6, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm editing and the songs is coming in.
Eso es rápido que yo me despierto, me lavo la boca y ya yo estoy ya poniendo la pista en las gafas.
Yeah.
Y estoy escribiendo ahí a fuego.
You use your experiences and all that to make music.
Sí.
So, al momento que algo pasa en tu vida, una drama, you know what I'm saying, o una experiencia que fue impactful.
I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of shit happened to me before. A lot of shit, but I keep going. Like that's something that brings me peace. You feel me? Bring me like happiness. Yo puedo estar molesto como yo te digo cuando estaba en chamba, when I was down there. All that shit that happened to me, like it never made me want to stop. Like I always keep listening to B and keep writing. It is something that I like since I was young, and I never stopped. Siempre seguí.
So, y como tú nunca, no que tú nunca, because you've been in studios and all that before, but it's not something that you do on a regular basis. You're still working on.
Sí.
You record yourself.
Aprendí lo básico, ¿entiendes? Cómo grabarse, cómo cortar, que si esto, ok, déjame quitar esto, déjame ponerle otra cosa. Cómo ponchar, pues tú sabes cuando uno, whenever you rap, you feel me, like, and you punch, you gotta go with the same energy that you was going with the first punch, you feel me? Like you can't just go with.
Let's say you come back to it another day.
Yeah.
Ya un flow diferente.
Yeah, exacto.
It's a different flow. Now you gotta come back and do the whole shit over because you're not gonna have that.
You're not gonna have the same energy.
Ha!
You always gotta have the same energy every time you punch. You feel me? So it will go fluid.
Facts.
No que uno se escuche bajito y después la otra voz. Más nada, tiene que ser todo ahí.
And because your deliveries is gonna change based on your mood. You know what I'm saying? Como tú te sientes y el ambiente. La gente que está en el cuarto contigo, the people that are in the room with you, all that tends to like really move how a song could come out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna work on it based on the energy.
Exacto.
A lot of artists like to work by themselves. A lot of artists like to work with people in the room. They get motivated off of that shit. How do you like to work with music? If you're in the studio, you rather be with people in there, or would you rather be just you and the producer?
Si no, ahora que nosotros estamos aquí, ¿verdad? Si nosotros ponemos una pista bien duro, ¿verdad? Que yo la escucho ahí, eso me enciende adentro. Like it made me want to. Like I remember it got into a point where I went to the studio and I was not even writing. Like I was getting in the booth and I was just, remember because I told you I was trying to record myself.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do really too much. So I was just punching in like that. Así. Sin mirar the writing.
Word. A lot of people do that shit too. I've seen it done. I see Dago do that. Dago don't write.
Que hacen eso.
Dago literally punch it. You know what I'm saying?
Ñengo Flow también. Ñengo Flow también, eso es. Se mete al estudio sin letra ni nada. Y
J.I. does the same shit.
J.I. también.
J.I. doesn't write.
J.I. es un monstruo. Esa es una de las inspiraciones mías, J.I. Yo lo escuchaba a él desde rap games, since he was on rap game.
Shout out to J.I.
Battling everybody.
J.I. the Dawn.
Le tira a todo el mundo afuera.
He got music coming out. Plus, he got a show coming up. He's going to be hosting an event in Boston. Boston, stand up.
Yo, shout out to Boston.
Big shout out to Boston. So now, Easy V, you looking at artists on the DJ side, what do you look for as far as music coming from artists and how you use it and implement it to your sets or your gigs? And you know what I'm saying?
Well, first I listen to see it if it's playable at a club. Like, it has to be a club banger. Is this gonna have people like bobbing and with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like in whatever kind of environment. That's how I see it. Gotta try to make something. Try to make a song where it's gonna have like more to have the females dancing, because that's nowadays that's really what it is. Or what music that has females dancing, because general saying the females always bring the fellas. But
so when you in the club, the females are the ones you pay more attention to.
When I'm playing the music, is the one. Yeah, I'm focusing more on getting the females to dance. So, you know, make a song. Not saying you gotta cater to the females. Just make it to where it's a club. Like can this be played at a club? Is it thump? Is there a thump to it? Is there like as soon as the first beat drops, does it have me like this? Like, all right, I'm playing this at the club real quick. You know, you gotta feel it, that bass, everything. And it's not only the artist, it goes a long way. It goes like the instrumental. Cause with me, when I listen to a song, because I'm a DJ, I listen to the beat, and now I listen to the words. So, you know, if make sure that being an upcoming artist, you pick the right instrumental too. Even if it's to your liking, look at it like, can they play this at a club too?
I got you.
Now, do you look at music and say wordplay matters more as far as how deep they go with the words, or you prefer simplified music?
Well,
which is frowned upon, you know what I'm saying? Because they call it nursery rhymes, when it's just people rhyming, but it's not nothing too crazy that they saying. You know what I'm saying? It's simple, understandable, but why you think that will make a difference aside from somebody like a J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, people that ends up going deeper into the actual vocals, you know what I'm saying, into the lyrics, and speaking about shit that you really got to dissect and break down, because that tends to really go in the mind and attention span of people that look at life deeper, whereas you got people that are more simple. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I do. Well,
try to put a real deep song on in the club and see if it moves them. It's gonna slow them down. Not to say it's not a dope ass record,
right?
But it's just that the record is too deep for the average person to sing the words to. When people try to catch a vibe, they try to sing the words to the song.
But then,
imagine trying to sing some shit where it's like so like super deep and you can't understand shit. You know what I mean?
That could happen, bro. You just gotta have the right instrumental. Hey, bro, you could have I think that if you have the right instrumental to go with a deep song, it could be played. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of there's a bunch of deep songs that are played right now at clubs, and people are going crazy to it. Like all the Little Durks, most of Little Durk's music is deep.
But it's gonna be sections of it,
right?
So the beginning of his hardest songs is used a lot, you know what I'm saying, for pre-drop purposes. So you can put the beginning of Dreams and Nightmares and then only play, you know what I'm saying, a section of the actual song after the song already drops.
Yeah.
But it's that build-up, you know what I'm saying? That build-up that really gets people hype, and that's that deep part. But at the same time, you don't want too much of it as a DJ, right? Because what's gonna happen is you don't want to drop the whole, you know what I'm saying, vibe of the shit to where it's too calm, and then the dancing and all that shit stops.
Yeah.
Because you got the people that are sing along, and then you got the people that don't know half the words to the shit, and they just waiting to start twerking and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely, I think dissecting your music into different sections for different purposes is key. It's important. You know what I mean? Porque van a haber veces que uno está haciendo un show, a full-fledged show. Let's say you're an artist and you're doing a whole show to yourself. You headlining the show. So everybody that comes there, obviously, is your day one fans. You know what I'm saying? The people that know who you are because they come into your show. There's nobody else there. I mean, there's people opening up and shit like that, but it's your show. You headlining the show.
I got you.
So you're gonna want to keep the crowd interactive the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So making your music to where you could use different sections to create a show when you're doing a show, when you're on the road, I think is super important. And from what I've seen, from so many different tours that I've been on and so many different stages that I walked on with artists and how they construct the show, because when you do a show, you don't just say, you know what I'm saying, let me get, just throw the first 5 songs on my last album, whatever. All that shit is strategically coordinated. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want a song that you know is gonna be a dope song when you walking out. That's gonna be one of the hypest songs. You know what I'm saying? Your top song is always gonna be the last song. A song that you got coming out pretty soon and you've been previewing it and it's getting love, that's gonna be probably something that you wanna play in the middle of your whole set. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, you wanna make sure that the music that you choose and the points that you choose to start it from is gonna be what benefits the show. It's gonna be what keeps the shit moving.
Same way.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's
then,
crazy.
And then as a DJ, right, you're gonna want to be able to help that artist at a point where there might be a part of the song that's not it because it's a different part of the US. You know what I'm saying? It's a different demographic, it's a different crowd, because you can have 30 songs, but every single state, you know what I'm saying, every fractions of your fan base is not gonna like the same chosen 5. So as you're moving around on tour, you also changing up your playlist and shit like that to accommodate for the style of the region where you at. Porque eso cambia. What you play here is not what you're gonna be able to play in Cali. Unless it's your number 1 single, that's always gonna come at the end. You know what I'm saying? But the style is the vibe, all that shit is always gonna change. So you gotta make sure that, like I said, when you're making music, you always put thought into constructing your song, not just what you want to say, but how you saying it, and also what parts you're gonna use strategically to market that song. You know what I mean? So at the same time, while you're writing a song, write your experience, write your vibe. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do best. But también, you know what I'm saying, mold that shit strategically and know, I'm gonna use this for TikToks. I'm gonna use this for coming out of the show. I'm gonna use this for finishing the show. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use this to talk to the people. I'm gonna use this to get people to come on the stage. So doing all that shit is really how you build the song and format the shit to be a number 1 hit. You know what I'm saying? A number 1 single. Because it gotta be all around song that's gonna be used for all purposes. If you throw a rap battle song out there, what's gonna happen? That song is gonna be good just for the people that enjoy listening to rap battles. You know what I'm saying? Controversy, shit like that. But now you got 30 rap disses, all rap songs, and you want to do a concert. It's gonna be hard.
Hard.
You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
why I say too, like the music that you make, can you play it? Can you play it in a venue? Can you play it at a club? If you want to expand it like that, yeah, do, you know what I'm saying? Make the rap, but also know that you can't hit rap all the time. You know, I can't play rap at a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
A hard
I feel
rap
you,
at
I
a Sweet
feel you.
16. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's tough.
It's gonna
bro.
last for so long. They're gonna have that energy and it's
yeah,
gonna be
they
hard.
just-
That dreams and nightmare energy. only lasts like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then
After that, they
what's
go to the
next?
bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's if they get to that point.
Verdad, verdad.
Because they might end up outside. You know what I mean? And it won't be for the right reasons. But what type of music do you like to make? I know the music that you sent me, but let them know you know what I'm saying? Like, what type of music do you like to make? What do you go for as far as what do you have in your mind putting StrikeOut out there as an artist and getting people used to?
I mean, like, I always been rapping drill type beat.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that I have a lot of energy for them type of beat. So I feel like if I jump in a drill beat, like with my energy and stuff, like it's gonna make a good impact.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, like I want to start with a drill, cause then after that, you know, I got the traps.
Yeah.
And that's for the clubs and stuff. I want to make like R&B. How you say that?
R&B.
R&B.
I want to make R&B with trap. And that's something I've been working on too. That's something
R&B
that I like to
trap.
fuck with.
Okay.
He also sent me some girl songs. You know what I'm saying? Some songs for the song for the female.
Say,
One specifically where I fucks with, which is the Chanel. Coco Chanel shit.
Coco Chanel.
Yeah, Coco Chanel. You gotta listen to it. It got a dope ass flow and all that. And I was talking to my manager and I sent it to him and I said, look, you know what I mean?
Esa es la que tenemos que hacer.
Yeah. I think honestly,
I
that's
think that
something
one is the.
with the whole project that we want to do, I think Coco Chanel is gonna be the one that
You are now listening to Young
I'm
James.
willing to invest my time in. And,
Of course, nah, it's alright. It's alright.
Coco Chanel. And like I said, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, get together. We're gonna be working one-on-one. And with the DJ also. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna build this single from scratch. All the way to the point that we release it. Then there's gonna be something else after that. But I'll fill y'all in. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanna learn the process, I'm not gonna teach you 100% as far as y'all out there, because this is something that not everyone is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you gotta be responsible as a professional and go about things in a professional way. And artist development requires professionals. You know what I'm saying? So before you think that you could go out there and do all this shit for free, it's just not gonna happen that way. You're gonna have to kick that budget up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find that bag. You're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with the people that's tapped in and just do the shit right. There's really no escaping that shit. The industry is an entity within itself, is a controlled entity, and you gotta gain the respect to get in there. There's a lot of artists that, you know what I'm saying, ended up going solo, ended up doing their shit, what you call it, independently. But the ones that are successful at it didn't start by themselves. It was a situation that they built from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Got in there with whoever they could get in there with, started learning the ropes, and then chose to do shit on their own. And now you made relationships. Now there's no other reason that a person's not gonna look at you. You know what I mean? Because loyalty is gonna be the number one thing in the industry. And if you go in with somebody that's gonna invest in you, you gotta take into the consideration that that person is putting time and money, you know what I'm saying, that they could be putting anywhere else. Family, bills, businesses, and all that shit. And they putting that into you. That's enough to show that they trust you, that they believe in you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists on the come up, they listen to a lot of other artists that weren't successful. And they end up, you know what I'm saying, like really getting lost in the mindsets of people that are not as experienced. So they end up blocking their blessings because they look at artists and management as a
You are now listening to Young
as an individual in a police type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Sí.
They look at management like they don't trust them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they the COs, like they the cops, they the judge. And keeping that type of boundary with somebody that's, you know, being able to put you in a position and invest in you and all that shit in the beginning is really gonna like not get you anywhere. You gotta think in your head, if somebody's gonna manage me, obviously, right, they're gonna wanna get as much money as they can from me. So why would they mess it up right now when I haven't even made nothing? And that's what a lot of artists end up doing. You know what I'm saying? They mess up the situation when they're fresh into the situation and not even far enough in for somebody to even mess the shit up. Because if somebody's looking to make $1 billion from you and they still invest in another, you know what I'm saying, 500,000, they haven't made nothing yet, why would anybody think this person's out to take all my money? You haven't even made the money yet. You know what I'm saying? You haven't even made the money yet. And a person that's in the music industry is doing it because they're going for the big bucks. They're going for the millions. This is what they live off of. This is what they survive off of. So you got to trust that person. And although you're going to have situations where you're going to still need money because you're an artist on the come up, so you feel like you're still struggling. You know what I'm saying? You still need help. You still gotta work. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm already doing big things. Why am I still looking for bread? You just gotta trust the process. You gotta be patient. What are the artists that I could look at right now and tell you the reason why he's where he's at is because he listens. He does what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how anybody's gonna judge him, he jumps out the window with whatever they tell him. Listen, this is gonna make you bread. We need you to do this. You know what I'm saying? Shows, whatever. He's not the type to shut shit down. And it's taking him a long way, and that's Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? And we could look at Bad Bunny and say, Diablo, pero este loco, a veces hace una cosa que, you know what I mean? Big pause, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation is. And I'm not saying sell your soul. I'm not saying do some wild shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're expected to come into the industry, right, and really blow up and have a full team of people that are gonna be dependent on you. Because remember, once you have a team of people around you, you gotta look at each person's life, you know what I'm saying? Their goals and everything else individually and take it into consideration, because those people are there for the love of it, but also for the job. You know what I'm saying? If they're not working and doing nothing else because they spending 100% of their time into the artist's career, you gotta think. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be times where people start to get into a hole or something. You know what I mean? And they're gonna fall in the same situation as you. So on the come up, you necessarily won't be the only person that might be feeling like, damn, I'm a rapper, I'm still not making no money. You got everybody else that's working with you that also haven't started making anything yet, and they all looking at the bigger picture, and they believe in you, and they following that dream. You know what I'm saying? And they really following you to the point where they think that they gonna reach the stars with you. So that should be a big motivation to artists. You know what I mean? And seeing that and just looking at it as a little bit. Just gotta look at it a little bit and realize it. Because a lot of people also tend to look at shit fast, overlook shit, and not really take it into consideration. You know what I mean? These people are just around because they want the clout. You know what I'm saying? These people are just around because they want this. A lot of the times, yeah, people are gonna be around for the pauta and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Music is a promotional business. Is you know what I'm saying? Like you in it to make money. So people are gonna come around with the clothing lines, with the hats, with the glasses, with the cars, with the houses, and all that shit. But that's all part of the marketing cycle. You know what I mean? So you have to fall into that shit. Definitely, I would recommend don't push everything back like a lot of artists are doing. You know what I mean? When you see people coming in and they offer you shit and they try to work with you and they trying to use it for advertisement purposes and all that, don't let your ego stop you from turning into a marketing guru, a marketing professional. Because yeah, you're gonna be an artist, but coming up in the artist game until you have management and people that are gonna do everything for you, you gotta be that whole team by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of all that shit. Somebody tells you, yo, hey, rock this necklace real quick and shout me out. I fucking give that shit. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit on. Yo, shout out to my man. And then fuck it. After that, give him the chain back. All right, yeah, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, that whole mindset is going to help you out a lot as far as, you know, constructing yourself, building yourself as a successful artist. So, what have you done lately as far as to manage your artist career, your development? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you look for right now?
The only thing I've been using like right now to post my music and stuff, it's been TikTok. You know, everybody been using that. And I was trying to get to the 1,000 followers so I could start doing live and I could just rap live. Right. That's something.
And the crazy shit is with the lives now, TikTok, once they update it, I don't even think you need 1,000 followers.
Oh yeah.
So now you should be able to go live good. Now you should probably pull your shit out right now and take that shit and it'll have the live feature on there. But yeah, shout out to TikTok. TikTok's a big platform. How have you used TikTok now?
Right now, I just remember we talk. I just delete everything. I leave it safe,
from scratch,
private.
Yeah. When you do that too, when you put stuff up, that's another thing I would recommend. Don't delete nothing. Put everything on private.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the analytics.
That's what I did.
So if you delete shit, it deletes the history of the analytics that come with it. And that affects your algorithm. Because remember, the algorithm is gonna dissect your analytics and it's gonna mold you into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna put you where you need to be based on your data. So never delete nothing. Just put it on private.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Remember, never delete nothing.
Yeah.
Just put it on private.
Or archive it.
Archive. Yeah. Archive it.
Archive it. That's gonna keep your analytics. For people that are trying to get paid on the book, they put posts up and all that, and then they delete a lot of the shit. But little do they know, the analytics that come with that post that you just deleted, whether it's 5 comments, 20 views, or some shit that didn't perform that much, is gonna be taken away from the overall analytics that comes together to be able to cut you a check on Facebook at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So post as much as you can, but at the same time, format your storyline, format your page so that when people come to look at it, it's presentable, it's clean, and it's not nothing that people are gonna hold against you at the time when you're trying to build yourself. You know
Coco Chanel was the bigger one I have on TikTok. It probably got like over 3,000 views. Mad likes.
So with that one, because it's already going, I would say pin that to the top.
Pin it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So when people come into your page and shit, that'll be the first thing that they see. Coco Chanel shit is dope. It's fire. I definitely fucks with that song. Yeah. Facts. Yeah, that shit, I would take that and pin it to the top. And keep it going. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. As an artist, when you put music out, never stop promoting your music. Because it's music that, at the end of the day, is going to continue to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's a product that doesn't get old. It's a product that doesn't, how you say?
Expire.
That doesn't expire. The only product out there that you can put out that's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, deteriorate.
Hey,
that song is gonna sound the same no matter when you play that shit. Whether it's now or 30 years from now.
It's like Coco Chanel. I remember I wrote that shit like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But it still sound fresh. But when I heard it, like 5 times, I remember the other day, like I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I think professionally, it will be an.
And you haven't put it out yet. So that's the most important thing. That
Yeah.
you have something reserved. And as long as you do it the right way and put it out the right way, it could be a song that is fresh to everybody else. Nobody heard it yet. I mean, I'm talking about, when I say nobody, I mean like the world. I mean like millions of people. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So those people that did listen to it, that did see it, that did show you love, is already telling you like, this is it. That's where you gotta pick that shit up and do the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. All thing with it. So I think that definitely Coco Chanel. I think that's it. Now, as far as, right, how far do you see yourself going with music? What do you think to yourself can happen, right? Because you got to be prepared for whatever. But what you think would happen to make you stop music?
To be honest, nothing is gonna make me stop making music. I feel like since I'm new in this, I feel like I'm hungry. So I feel like I want to have my first time, my first show, you know, my first performance. I have a couple places they've been telling me, you had songs ready? Because they know they know I'm nice with it. But I tell them, nah, I don't got songs ready. You know, so I just got to have the songs ready. And I got a couple places where I could go and perform myself.
Do your lives and all that shit.
Yeah.
But you was just in the studio not too long ago, a couple days ago, he did a live performance with a drummer and all that. So he got that covered. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. That's learning how to work with live instrument.
Yeah.
With you know what I'm saying? With people in the background as a live set is important, because it's gonna be times where you do, you know, different appearances, shows and all that
Exactly.
shit, where they do a piano performance, a guitar performance, a drum performance, and all that shit helps you continue to promote the same song because you're promoting it differently. So you still using different shit to direct all your audience to that same song.
That's what I'm saying, because it's different whenever they doing the instrumental right there for you.
Yeah.
Because you could just put a beat and you could just flow it. But now it's like you there, they playing all the instrumental. And it was my first time too, but I got it on my second try. No, it was
And it's a workout too, huh?
It's like a 2 minutes or something.
You gotta make sure you fucking get your cardio in.
Yeah.
You on the right diet and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around, lose your breath, and pass out in the middle of the studio.
For real.
Shit is real. Same thing with the stage. You gonna be running back and forth on the stage.
Imagine
And you gotta maintain that energy and look good while you're doing it the whole time.
playing 5 songs.
You know what I mean? And it's a concert where you can't stop. Shit, concert's over at 11 o'clock. Anything after that is $5,000 a minute.
Damn.
You gotta pay the production crew. You gotta pay all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So being responsible, being there early, making sure your show is on point, and you know what I'm saying, get the whole shit done the way it's supposed to without no interference, is also part of being a successful and productive artist. You know what I'm saying? And a favorable artist.
Gotcha.
Because you're gonna be the first choice of a lot of people when it comes to booking you for shows. People that wants you to open up for bigger concerts, Rolling Louds and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at what type of vibe, what type of energy you gonna bring that they could implement into a million, you know what I'm saying, a multi-million-dollar situation. That's what producers do. That's what show creators do. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure you fucking 100%. If you that dead person that
100
come
now,
on stage
100
and you
later.
ain't moving around, you just like yeah,
Gotta have that
out.
energy.
It's head
Right,
on.
yeah.
Who? Nah, hell nah. He
Hay
ain't
que tener la
performing.
verdadera energía.
You know what I'm saying? And
Eso.
you get one chance Because on the come up, you know, a lot of platforms will give you that first chance, but based on how you do your interview, how you perform, you know what I'm saying, how you interact with people, because
Yeah.
it's one thing to be a gangster, right? But it's another thing to be a professional musician. So there's a boundary at some point. You gotta say, ay, este la música, este la calle. And when you around a whole bunch of millionaires, ain't no calle in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You in the room with a whole bunch of millionaires. So now your business mind gotta pop, you know what I'm saying? Gotta come in. And yeah, rich people tend to act crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now and then, let them get drunk and all that shit. Let them smoke with you. And you gonna see some wild sides of the rich people, but at the same time, this is all potential. You know what I'm saying? This is all people that can really put you in position and help you out. And you know what I'm saying? Make you that rich person that you could turn around and do whatever you want afterwards. But you gotta play your position until you get there. You just gotta be patient.
And I did my first performance. I remember it was right next to Marriott. It's like a club right next to it.
Where? Say it again.
With a Marriott,
You know the Marriott. It's like a bar right next
Tellus?
to Marriott. Yeah, Tellus.
Tell us.
I think I
Shout
rap.
out to Tellus.
Shout out to Tell us. They still haven't booked
I
me
rap
yet.
in
Shout
there
out to
'cause
Tell us.
you know how you can write your name
Yeah.
and they have you there.
Word.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
have
Tellus.
a Spanglish on. I remember, and everybody was jumping. I mean, everybody said they good.
So do it all, man.
I
Get
did
your
a
shit
nice.
out there.
It was a little nice experience.
Do it all. Get yourself out there. Go to shows. Watch other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Learn from everybody. And look at it way deeper than just making music. You know what I'm saying? Build yourself as a music professional. Because that's how you're really going to get far and be successful at it. That's how you're going to stand out from somebody that just puts music out. It doesn't do nothing else. Waits for everything to come.
I got you.
That's
Facts.
fire,
That
bro.
was solid.
Fire. Shout out to Logic.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Big
Yo,
shout out to StrikeOut.
strike
Strike
out.
out in the
Strike
building.
out.
Yo, where can they find you at?
En Facebook, StrikeOut, así mismo, 2 veces.
Strike out, strike out.
Yeah.
StrikeOut. We're going to put the links at the bottom on Facebook. Also on the YouTube and the Twitch. I wasn't supposed to even say them platforms. Viste como caí, you know what I'm saying? I ended up saying it anyways. But yeah, on the other platforms where we, you know what I'm saying, showing these lives, we're going to put the links and all that so y'all can see it. So on the tube, make sure y'all go look at this video also if you need to, you know what I'm saying, come back to it. So is that the only platform right now? Where they can find you at? Facebook?
TikTok igual, StrikeOut. Y TikTok lo mismo. No me llamo así en toda
Everything. Strike out, strike out.
Sí.
So make sure y'all go check them out. And stay tuned. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to do this shit from scratch. From start to finish. We're going to build them a single and we're going to put it out the right way.
¿Escucharon
y'all
eso?
stay tuned. StrikeOut. You got anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Hacho, en verdad, mi hermanita, mi mai, los primos, la familia mía, en verdad, eso es lo más que importa.
Y para la gente que va a ver este podcast, después que tú llegues al nivel que tú deseas, ¿qué es lo que tú le quieres decir ahora, antes que llegue ese tiempo?
Tienes que seguir luchando, seguir trabajando, seguir escribiendo y nunca te quites. Eso es algo que en verdad yo tuve que aprender mucho, nunca quitarte. Nunca.
Yeah. Stay focused,
Keep
keep
going.
going,
Stay consistent.
and keep going.
Keep
Yeah.
moving.
Striker.
Big shout out to StrikeOut once again. I appreciate you, and I look forward, you know what I'm saying, to taking this journey with you. And for everybody that want to see, stand by. We're going to be updating you on a daily or every other day basis, and we're going to make this shit happen.
Y
Easy
estoy-
V.
Yo, I don't know what's going on over here, bro, but we got some technical
Estoy bien
difficulties.
agradecido, papi. ¿Oíste?
Yeah.
Bien agradecido.
Anyways, Striker, we appreciate you coming out of Lancastar.
Yes.
Shout out to everyone that tuned in.
Esto
Make sure you
es
follow us everywhere on all social media platforms. Follow Lancastar
Podcast.
the podcast.
legendario esto.
Yeah.
Esto aquí es legendario, de verdad.
Big legendary.
We appreciate
Still-
that.
Legendary.
Yo,
We got a
what
long
is
way to go,
going
but we're going
on?
to get there. We're going to get there. So you already know we signing out, y'all. It's your boy DJ G Logic, DJ
Yeah.
EZV.
Yo,
StrikeOut in the building.
StrikeOut. We'll see y'all.
Lancastar.
Lancastar.
Stay tuned.
Yo,
Lego.
we out.
That was good. That was good.
You still live?